One of the most popular areas to live in Columbus, Ohio is German Village. So I'm going to talk to you about what it's like living in this neighborhood, in this area, the neighborhoods surrounding it, the average sale price of a house in German Village and the neighborhoods surrounding it. So you know whether this is a place that you might want to move to and other options that you have if you don't want to be exactly in German Village or can't afford it because it is expensive. I'm Nikki Schroeder. I'm on the Yoder Barnhart team at Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, and I've been living in this area for about 4 years. German Village is a charming neighborhood in Columbus that's just a few minutes away from downtown in Short North. And if you think of like your European city, that's what German Village is like. It's a lot of brick houses, a lot of brick streets, and everything is very walkable. There's a lot of restaurants, cafes, and it's just a very friendly and community like neighborhood. And that is honestly really hard to find, in Ohio especially, but across the United States. It was started around the 1800s, so a lot of the houses in German Village are historic. They're built in the mid to late 1800s. So, as you guessed it, people coming from Germany came and settled here in the 1800s and they invented German Village. Now, where I live in particular is called Schumacher Place. Schumacher Place is just east of German Village. So, German Village is pretty much outlined by City Park, Livingston Avenue, Jaeger Street, and it goes all the way to the surroundings of Schiller Park, about Thurman Avenue or Deschler Ave in that area. That is the boundaries of German Village to get kind of specific. Schumacher Place is east of that, so it goes from about Jaeger Street, or I think really starts at Grant, up to Livingston and over to Parsons Avenue. Merion Village, the third neighborhood I'm going to talk to you about, is south of German Village. And that starts from about Thurman Avenue to I think it's called Markison's Avenue, just about that area, all the way over to Parsons, and it goes pretty much to High Street. That's Marion Village. So these three different neighborhoods are key to understanding if you want to move in this area in Columbus, Ohio in the next few years. So, German Village is known for basically the cobblestone streets and a lot of brick houses, beautiful homes. It's known for being very walkable, and it's known for Schmidt's, which is the German restaurant right in German Village. You also have Lindy's, which is also a very popular restaurant. It's beautiful. Their patio is gorgeous. So if you're in the area this spring and summer, definitely take advantage of the patio. The food is good. I really like the brunch menu in particular. German Village is also known for Schiller Park, which is my favorite park to walk to. I pretty much walk to it almost every day. It's a pretty large park. It's got some ponds, it's got some statues throughout, and these weird little floating pieces of art across the park. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but it's interesting to look at. They also have a park there, tennis courts, pickleball courts, lots of benches to sit and just watch. And a lot of people will take picnics here too. I usually take my daily walks around the park. Another park that I love in German Village, it's very small. It's called Frank Fetch Park. But when it's spring and summer, it's really gorgeous because all the flowers are blooming, and this is just a cute little park, and the houses are right next to this park are gorgeous. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Another few restaurants is Mohawk. This is a more casual spot, so think of your typical American food. It's a good spot. The Brown Bag is a great sandwich place to go get, the little sandwich, some chips, and take it to Schiller Park. We also have a Jenny's, which is a ice cream shop well known in Columbus, Ohio. Very small Jenny's, so there's only like 4 or 5 flavors. So just keep that in mind if you're coming in this area. If you're really wanting Jenny's, then you might not want to go to the spot because they do only have a few flavors, but we love it because we can just walk there. It takes about 7-10 minutes to walk there and get an ice cream cone on a summer night. There's a lot of other restaurants in this area that you might want to check out, but these are just a few highlights. Another really good one is Sycamore. This is actually kind of a cafe, and they do serve food, but my husband goes here almost every day to work for a few hours, just get a cup of coffee and come back home. But that's a really cute, very small restaurant that has good food and good coffee. That's called the Sycamore, and it's on Sycamore. There's also Stoff's in the Book Loft in German Village. German Village also has a farmers market every Saturday, 9 to 1 p.m. during like the warmer months. So that's a good one to go to get some good vegetables. They have meat and fish, cheeses, bread, and then typical stuff that you'd buy. So like candles, that kind of stuff. That's a good farmer's market to go to in German Village. And pretty much everything I'm talking about, Schumacher Place is going to be offering, the same thing. So it just takes a couple more minutes to walk to all of these places when living in Schumacher Place, which is where I live. I love Schumacher Place because I get the perks of basically living in German Village, but it's not quite as expensive. You also are a little bit more regulated because German Village is an historic district. So when you want to do things to your property, to your land, then you have a little bit more regulations than in Schumacher Place. The difference in price is about 20%, so it's going to be roughly 20% more expensive to live in German Village. But I'm telling you, Schumacher Place is a great next option if the German Village prices just aren't in your budget. We walk to all these things, we take neighborhood walks all the time and pretty much get the same benefits as living in German Village. I love this area because of the walkability, because of how many shops and cafes we have nearby, and the parks, the people, everybody's kind, and it has a strong community feel. And the houses, like the walks are just so like dreamy because the houses are gorgeous around here, especially in German Village. Now, Merion Village is south of German Village. So that is going to be, like I said, starting around like the Thurman Avenue area, south of that area. That is Merion Village. This is going to be even more affordable than Schumacher Place. Merion Village has a similar feel to Schumacher and German Village. It's got older homes, it's got a community like feel, and it's very walkable to parks, restaurants, and cafes. Fox in the Snow Cafe is right in this neighborhood, right on like the bridge of, it's right on Thurman Avenue. Fox in the Snow is a great cafe, great coffee shop. There's a lot of other restaurants along Thurman Avenue that the residents of Marion Village can take advantage of very easily just by walking. And there's plenty of parks around Marion Village as well. Again, I love living in Schumacher Place because of the proximity to German Village. I feel safe living here. I can walk to so many things: coffee shops, restaurants, parks, bookstores, cafes. But let's jump into the price difference of living in each of these neighborhoods. So, like I said, German Village, you're going to get more of that charming, historic feel than the other two neighborhoods I'm talking about. But German Village is one of the most expensive places to live in Columbus, Ohio. So, going over the last year's stats on what has sold in German Village, the highest sold price was $3.3 million. Dollars. The lowest was $135,000, and the average sale price was $728,000 just in the last year. And there was about 63 homes that have sold in the last, 365 days. The average square foot in the German Village is 1,817 square feet, and the average sold price per square foot is about $382. So, like I said, this area is expensive for the house that you're getting. Average square foot being less than 2,000 square feet. They are smaller homes, but that is just what you get in a dense area. A lot of these homes started off smaller and added on additions. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about moving to this area, is that you're not going to get a super large home. And if you do, you're going to be spending well over $1 million. In Schumacher Place, the highest listing that sold in the last year was about $1 million. The lowest was about $100,000, and the average sale price was around $515,000 for Schumacher Place. The average square foot is about 1,634 square feet, and the average sold price per square foot is about $320. There were roughly 28 homes that sold in Schumacher Place over the last 365 days, which is not a lot, but again, we're talking about a very small area. Marion Village, the highest sale price was $750,000, and the lowest sales price was $135,000. The average sales price was about $389,000. The average square foot is just shy of 1,500 square feet, and the average cost per square foot, average sold price per square foot, was $267. And there were roughly 64 homes that sold in Marion Village over the last year. A good rule of thumb when you're thinking about the locations and the prices, the further you get away from German Village, the cheaper it is. The closer you are to German Village, the more expensive it is. So, if you are thinking of moving to one of these three areas in Columbus, Ohio, Keep these things in mind, especially when it comes to the square footage and the price. Think about what your needs are, and if you think you'll be able to find those living in these three areas, considering how small the houses are. I don't really think they're that small, but people today are just used to homes that are sprawling over 2,000 square feet. But everybody's needs are different, so just keep that in mind. German Village is going to be more historic, more charming, more of that European feel. It's going to be the most expensive and probably highest desirable area. Schumacher Place is also another very highly desirable area, and prices are going to be a little bit cheaper than German Village, still giving you the similar effect to living in German Village, maybe just walking a little bit further to get to some of those spots. Merion Village is going to be cheaper than Schumacher Place and German Village. You're going to get a little bit of the aspects of living closer to, some of these restaurants and shops and parks that are very walkable and a similar feel, but not quite as good as Schumacher Place and German Village. But again, it's going to be the cheapest option when looking to buy in this area. So if you have any questions about German Village, Schumacher Place, Merion Village, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. I live in this area, so I know it pretty well. And I would love to help you find your dream home in Columbus, Ohio, especially if you're looking in one of these three neighborhoods. So reach out to me. You can text or call me. My name is Nikki Shorter at the Nicole Yoder Barnhart team, Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. See you soon.